recording start.
Thank you.
Wade waited to leave the room to say that to you.
God bless that man.
Okay. So after like an hour of us just chatting about random things, including like what would make the best Gorgon and pull out couches.
Geese.
Geese.
Gooses.
No,
One-
isn't a viable answer.
One moose. If you're a Goliath, maybe giraffe heads. That's
Thank you for the
brief.
recap.
You're welcome.
Now back to Justin with the weather.
It is oh damn it. 1 second. It is 17 degrees and fair.
Oh, thank you.
That sounds about right.
At least that's what my phone says. Okay.
It sounds about right.
Welcome to the, I guess, first episode of whatever we're calling this. Possibly still just going to call it Anguis.
The bullshit shenanigans we get up to.
Yeah. This would be like episode 30 at that point.
Oh, I know.
30.
update.
That's underrated.
I am here with I'm just gonna name you off. Brett, Krista, Wade,
Yeah.
Karen, and Victoria.
Hello.
Correct.
This I think is because this is probably going out before anything season 2 related.
Yeah.
That this would be technically the first time that Wade and Victoria will be on an episode on a podcast.
Howdy.
Although maybe you were on a breaking character.
I'm
Oh
not.
yeah, you were on breaking character, or I'm still not sure if I'm going to call it breaking character and say like creating Anguis, or if I'm going to say that's session 0. Not entirely sure.
Right.
But yeah, you were there, so never mind.
I wasn't. This is my first time. Hello.
This is your first time. Yay. Please welcome Victoria and Wade.
Woo!
Boo.
Welcome.
What's wrong with you?
Wade, don't boo yourself.
Howdy in return.
Oh, I need new dice.
Okay.
Insert
Right now?
sponsorship here.
I wish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not close to big enough to get sponsors.
If
Who
you
wants
wanted
to make
sponsors,
a dice out of resin?
as a side note, there are new blizzards at Dairy Queen. The fall blizzards are out, just so you know.
Ooh.
Yes, Krista notified us of that because my mother's favorite has returned.
It's August.
It's the French silk pie.
The French silk pie and pumpkin pie are out. And there's
okay.
a coffee one.
Yes,
Yes.
Tim Hortons has also abandoned its summer menu. There is no longer double stuffed Oreo ice cap. It is pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
So that is necessary information for sponsorship purposes.
Yes. Also to reinforce the fact that we are Canadian and we're talking about Tim Hortons.
Oh yeah, obviously.
A.
A.
Fucking
Hey, that's not Canadian.
Swansea now.
Go find
Okay.
a jukebox.
fun fact, I am a jukebox.
Oh yeah, your character.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I guess thank you for the segue back into actual game stuff. Welcome to the world of Anguis at the moment. By the time I think of something better, it'll be too late, so it's just gonna be called Anguis. This is a world that is inspired by gothic horror. It's inspired by some of the, like, I guess, third-party one-shots that I've gotten over the years. And just my own thoughts, I guess. Maybe.
From the mind of Justin.
For people who may not have been around for the game or for the session 0 or have forgotten, it's probably going to be like that and then this episode like back to back. But, you know, whatever. I'll talk a little bit about the world that you live in, or at least the city that you start in. which is called Claremont. It is a barony, so the barony of Claremont, or sorry, the barony of Montclair, and the city is Claremont. It is the capital city. It's usually said to be like one of the oldest cities in the realm. There are other cities that are relatively the same age, but this is one of the longest standing cities that like still operates, still is a city, still is in power, that all that fun stuff. It's situated on a large mountaintop, surrounded by open plains that hold meager farms. They have barely enough food and wheat, barley to satisfy the city itself. The region, this barony, is quite small compared to other baronies, just because, you know, it is closer to the middle of the continent than most of the other cities in this on the continent here. This once grand city has been deteriorating. It's kind of gotten that way in recent months as there's food shortages and basically just not enough food to go around. So that's not fun. I don't know what else to say about that. They've basically been caused by recent wars, occasional monster attacks, but that's more on the smaller side versus like war and just atrophy, I guess. The Baron of Claremont has not been seen, nor has he allowed visitors to enter the palace in weeks so far. One of the things that happened recently was there was a war that this barony had pledged to help fight, and they've recently come back. And since the Baron has come back from the war, he has not been seen or allowed people to enter the palace since then. The city
So they
still
say he came back, but we aren't sure.
Yeah, like he wasn't outside waving at the masses and then just kind of left and like stayed in this castle for weeks. It's like his carriage and everything came in, and people assumed that he was in there, but they didn't see him. Even though the Baron hasn't really been seen or talked to people in this long, the city still runs semi-autonomously. Leaders of the clergy, the militia, trades unions, agriculture factions, they have enough power to be able to help and keep the city running while the Baron is out. Baron was also out for a while, and they're basically just continuing on with what they were doing while he was at war. I can talk a little bit more about the city itself if you'd like, or we can dig into more of what to expect of this, of at least the first few sessions, until I get a gauge on what people like and what people want to have happen, so I can kind of shift over more towards that. What would you guys like? Maybe I should have asked this before I started recording.
Well, I mean, I've already heard quite a bit about the history of the city, but if others wanted to hear more, that would be good. But I'd love to know where you wanted to go.
I'm cool with like moving on into it. As someone who wasn't even here for the like previous one,
Yeah.
I feel like you gave us a lot of the backstory when you like in messages and stuff, and it has been really great reading through that. So I feel like we're should be good.
Okay. Yeah. So one of the things that I had mentioned that kind of hurt the overall agricultural side, like the food and everything, has been monster attacks. And one of the reasons why it is less so than like wars and other things like that, why it has less of an effect on the food production, is because of a guild, basically, that there's guilds in basically all the major cities. It's called the Hunters Society. Oh. Now we have a meme. 1 second.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not relevant.
No.
Well,
I mean,
it
it's
is.
relevant to our conversation before we start recording, that's for sure. It is from the Mario movie. Mario is going to touch a mushroom, but the mushroom says goose on it, and then Toad with the word Canadians on them is yelling, "Don't touch that, you will die."
Yes.
Anywho, so the Hunter Society is basically the Monster Hunter Guild. They are the ones that they do more than just hunt monsters. They do investigations into certain things. They're like special detectives almost. These guilds and these guild halls in all these different cities, they take on jobs that are called marks, and they're like not their patrons, but the people who work for the guild. They will take on these marks and go and solve the problems. So they're obviously for money. So this
Contractors.
they're contract investigators, I guess.
Mystery hunters.
Private eyes.
Non-branded Scooby-Doo gang.
Yeah, the Hunter Society. And that is where we're all going to start, actually, is in the guild hall. So the guild hall is, I have given you guys, or I've shown the map before. What I can do is pull it up again. So I'm going to need you to go onto your D&D Beyond, if you can. This is also something that I should have done beforehand. So on your character sheet, up near like where, if you're on PC, up near
Yes.
where the like anvil and stuff are, you'll see like Anguis, which is the campaign name.
Yeah.
And then there's like an open triangle, almost like play button.
Yeah.
If you hover over that, it says start or like enter
Launch
session,
game.
launch game. I would like you to do that. I would like
This
you to
is
click on that.
neat.
Okay, so I heard everything you said, but just in case I didn't, tell me exactly what I have to do.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm also gonna switch to. I think it automatically switches, right?
Yeah, it does.
So you're now looking at the city. Okay.
This
So,
Justin.
what was that?
I just said this is super cool.
Can you have two tabs of D&D Beyond?
Where do I go?
I don't.
So, you need to go onto your character sheet. So when you're on Drillbit,
Yep.
You go and find. It's like it looks like a play button, basically.
Play button.
Yeah, launch game.
Yeah. When you click on that,
Yep.
it should pop up a window. You're on your computer, so it should just automatically launch it.
Oh no.
Oh,
Do I have to be doing this on the web browser?
I don't know. I haven't checked on the app if the phone
this
app
is
works.
cool.
Because I can't figure it out on the app.
I don't see a spot for it to be on the app.
Mark
Ah.
it down, Amber. Wow, this is cool.
Yeah, and you can actually you can go and zoom in and do all this stuff, and I can also ping and say, "Hey, look at this red dot,"
Oh,
and I can direct your attention to things, which is cool.
This
That's so
Is-
cool, Justin.
this
I
is the
s-
advancements in technology that I am happy about.
I say
Fuck
that
AI,
without
No
like,
dragon stuff.
oh boy, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Wait, I'm trying on the browser. I think I figured it out. My DM is not currently hosting. Oh, I'm the wrong character.
You're on Imogene, weren't you?
I was on Imogene.
Yeah.
I am always Imogene.
I am also gonna share this just in case I want to. Yeah. So, the Hunter Society is in Montridge, which is this one.
Theme.
Ping. It's in this area. So I didn't choose a building. It's one of these buildings.
Sure.
I can also, if you want to know about different things, like your characters would know your way around the city, even if you weren't immediately from here because you've been here for a little bit. You have already joined the Hunter Society. You are members.
Right.
Justin, putting you on the spot. Pick a building right now. Go.
That one. That's a
Hey.
giant ass
One-
ping. But this one, there's a little alleyway that you get that you
With the tree
get
behind
into.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't actually need you to. I was just messing with you, but that's helpful.
That's him. He
I don't
does
know.
that.
Thanks,
So-
Wade.
I will yes and you.
Further to this, there, Justin.
Yep.
Are you able to put like our little character tokens on this map, or is this just a reference?
So
Holy crap.
Oh,
I had them be this size, so that's why your characters are huge. But that's
Oops, I drew.
God damn.
Karen.
Karen's
It
messing it
was
up
an
already.
accident. How do
Stop
I make
it.
it go away?
You
Thank
erase. Okay. Just
I was
be
like,
on the
I bet I
pan
could
tool.
figure this out.
Be on the pan tool or the ruler tool if you want to know how far. So like also one thing that this is more of a tech demo now than anything. But this is
This
5
an
feet.
ad.
It is 5 feet by 5 feet. And so if you go from a character, and this would be normally like, 5-foot thing, when you can say like, yeah, I'm going 5 feet. I have 30 feet of movement. How far can I go? And you can check.
Oh, Justin, that is not right for the size of a house.
I know. Now you also see this, where it's also
Ah.
in metric for whatever reason.
They're
because most of the
French.
world
They're
does
European.
metric.
Yeah. But D&D doesn't, which is the problem.
Hmm.
Anyway, so you guys are here in Montrouge. One of the big, how do I put this? One of the big, like point
Attractions. What POIs?
of interest. Yes, thank you. One of the main like interest points, other than like the Hunter Society, which I mean is a guild, so it's not super like open to everybody. Mont Ridge is an actual ridge, so like basically along this area is like a fort. This I don't think you can actually see. Sorry, you should be able to see a little red dot now.
Mhm.
That's moving. This
Nope.
no.
Yes.
No.
On the screen sharing Justin is doing, not on
There
the
we go. Now I see it.
Oh, I can. Oh, that's cool. I have to click for you to see it.
There.
on-
Yeah. Okay. I see it.
Okay. So yeah, this area is like 40 feet higher than right here.
Ah, we're up on.
So,
Okay.
So like, there's a ridge here.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah. And like, this is a very steep hill. This is very steep because this is a mountain. The palace is at the top of the mountain.
Oh, gotcha. Cool.
You know how normal palaces and like castles are.
Yeah.
I've got the high ground.
It
Exactly.
reminds me of that city that has the really steep. Is it San Francisco that has really steep?
Gondor.
No. Oh my God. Well, sure,
Yeah,
Gondor.
I mean,
it reminds me of
Fredericton.
Gondor.
No, I think it's San Francisco.
San
you're
Francisco
thinking
has
of.
very steep. Yes, it's very steep.
You know what is
So
also
they
got some
zigzag
steep
back and
hills?
forth.
The capital of New Brunswick, Fredericton.
Ah, yes.
Ain't that the truth?
Wait, no, that.
So yeah, you're in Montridge, and what I'm going to do, don't worry about the other things here. Haha,
Where are we now?
you're
Inside
in
the
the
Hunter
Hunter
Society.
Society.
Oh,
Oh, we're zoomed in.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Yeah, you can zoom out. Just scroll, if you have a mouse, scroll out.
Oh, there we are.
And if
Yeah.
you're on your iPad, pinch.
Yeah,
Do that too. Well, what? Oh,
You were like as small as you can make it.
okay. I got it. We're good.
Can we move the peoples?
you can move yourself.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
That's cool.
So, this is the Hunter Society. You're currently outside. I'm just gonna move you back
Oh.
back out.
Fine.
That's
Oh.
4 of you. Okay. So yes, you're about to come into the Hunter Society. You're in. I'll do the point and ping. This is like a little alleyway. You see a commoner over there, just kind of. They're leaned up against this like little box. They're not really paying attention to you as you come in. And yeah, you can, as you make your way in, if you want, if you'd like to. I don't know if you actually want to.
Drill
Where's
bits
the
to go
door?
in.
Oh, there's the door. Okay.
Back to our drill bit. Oh, there we go.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you come
there.
into the main hall, which is. It also doubles at. Oh, geez, you're going real far.
And drill bit is just gone.
Gilbert's just left. Eloise went to the bathroom. So I'm going to reveal that there are, as you walk in, you see that there are people here eating and
Imagine there was someone in the bathroom.
talking.
Sorry.
I'm posted up with some hunters. That's neat.
Yes, and that's they're hunt like quote unquote hunters.
Yeah.
They're
Because it's the hunters.
members of the Hunter Society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So yeah, you walk in, you can hear people. They're talking amongst themselves, eating, drinking. They're like the group of 3 here is talking about like a mark that they just finished.
Yeah, I don't really need to be with all of these people that I don't know.
I grabbed the only empty table.
Yep.
I'm cool with being with people I don't know.
Okay. You stay there. Drillbit, you're just like in a corner, I guess.
Yeah, I just was trying to kind of get a view for the room.
Okay. Sure. So
Robots don't need to sit.
no. As you all sit down, the chef Elise that you've met before, she comes out and asks you what you would like, if you wanted anything from the kitchen or from the ale house right beside it.
Some form of pink liqueur.
Some form of pink liqueur. Okay.
Hmm.
She like takes out like a little pad and writes that down, underlines it, and then walks over and asks for everyone's orders.
Fish
Well, howdy.
pie.
I'd like to eat some steak and taters, please.
Steak and taters. I heard French fries.
A fish pie.
A fish pie. Sorry. Writes down fish pie. Looks towards. Why don't we get you guys to describe your characters? I did not remember to ask you that.
Oops. Who
Do
spoke
you have an
first?
order you want us to go in?
Let's roll off for it. Everyone roll initiative.
Do we include our -1 for initiative?
Roll your initiative bonus, yes.
7.
12.
I got a nat 20.
10.
All right.
I think that's
So
I think that's the order we were in anyway.
Wait,
Yes.
who rolled the nat 20?
Me. That's helpful,
Oh.
right?
yes.
yeah.
So
Well, not really, but it means you go first.
No,
yeah.
I know.
Isolde, would you like to describe your character?
I absolutely would.
Okay.
If I could remember how to get there.
While you
Gotcha.
remember how to get there, I'll describe Elise. She's a halfling. She is, maybe about 3.5 feet tall. She has bright, like orange hair, a lot of freckles on her face. She has one piercing on her lip, and she's wearing basically like an apron that seems to be cut in half to fit on her body. Like a regular apron has been cut in half.
Adorable.
So that's who you see for Elise.
I guess I'll describe Isolde. She is a character of roughly 5'6". She's got green hair, really pale skin. When you think and like you hear Isolde and you think Irish, as we said when we were talking prior to any kind of recording. She is very Irish looking. She has long, wavy, dirty blonde hair, and yeah, she's wearing pretty tight clothing, and
Ooh.
kind of
Trumpet.
curvaceous, curvy, and
Troll.
arguably very stunning. She's just gorgeous. So that's Isolde.
Yeah. Next up would be Holden.
In stark contrast to Isolde, we have Halden. Halden is just some nerdy, awkward little guy. Halden is about 5'6" and like looks like young 20s, like just still kind of in teenage lankiness, still kind of not in like right proportions. Would probably be just like gawking and drooling looking at Isolde, but is like trying to play it cool
Okay.
because he wants to look like he is cool while he is here, but he's just some awkward nerdy dude. Oh, also
Gangly.
he's a half elf, so he has half elf. Like he's very thin and not incredibly tall, 5'6", but still
Pointy ears.
he does have pointy ears. But maybe not any other like incredibly elf-like characteristics.
Mhm.
He has brown hair, brown eyes, and kind of tan skin, as if he belongs somewhat in the Mediterranean.
Okay.
But not like in a Casanova kind of looking way. He is not that.
Yeah. Next up, I believe, would be Eloise.
Yes. It's also differing from both Halden and Isolde, and in contrast to Isolde's perhaps beauty and grace, Eloise is a teenager. She is wearing a Catholic schoolgirl style uniform, but definitely not in like a sexy way. And she is also awkward and kind of uncomfortable with herself, but really excited and just bursting to be here, but maybe a little bit nervous. She is mousy. She has glasses. She is also a half elf. She has a little bit of pointed teeth and pointy ears, but otherwise is not unusually tall, but she is thin, looks like a young, undeveloped woman.
You said that she's a teenager. How old is she?
Of legal age, of course.
Okay. Well, I have a character that I was going to introduce you to, and I want to make them age appropriate.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Young, right before just became an adult.
Okay. Barely 18.
Nothing
Cool.
inappropriate. Yes.
Yes. All right. Then it would be, I believe it was Francois.
Well, howdy.
This is so wrong
What?
for your name.
My name's Frank.
Okay.
Okay.
He's very pale. He's about 6'1", 6'2" ish.
Is this just you?
Yeah. He's got black hair, dark kind of black grayish eyes. And he looks like he's a elf, but he just sort of looks sick at the same time.
He's a sickly looking elf.
Yeah, but
Right.
he's not sickly like thin. He just looks like he might have like the flu, and he just like is like should be laying in
Like
bed.
Does he have
Yeah.
allergies?
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Anything
He
else?
talks like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Age-ish. I don't remember if you said that.
Probably like his mid-20s.
Okay. And then last but definitely not least,
Never least.
Drillbit, would you like to describe yourself?
Hello, friends. My name is Drillbit. I am a 6'2" robot. I have pale blue metallic skin with copper highlights, specifically copper, around my luxurious mustache.
Oh,
Yes.
Is the mustache made of metal or is it like hair? And I
Yes.
don't know which one I think is more horrifying.
Yes.
No.
Yes?
Yes is not.
Yes.
Is the mustache made of hair or is it metal?
Yes.
Metal hair.
I'm sorry, my
Okay.
responses are limited.
Okay.
Ah,
Okay. So yes, Elise goes and asks for everyone's.
What did Drillbit order?
I don't.
10W30, please.
I don't think we have that. Would alcohol suffice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And she goes over to Frank because I don't believe you had ordered anything yet.
I ordered the steak and potatoes.
Oh, that's right, steak and potatoes. Okay, she had that written down.
Holden,
can I
perhaps, that
flag
did not
her
order?
down?
Oh, okay.
Says,
Oh, sorry, Halden hadn't ordered
Yeah.
yet.
I was gonna say something hard. A beer. Can I have a beer, please?
I'm going to have to ask for some ID. And then she
yes, ma'am.
grabs a second book. It's a little bit thicker, and then she looks at you and then starts digging through some pages and then grabs your ID.
I definitely have an ID. I am of age to be here.
I mean, by ID, it's like your hunter's badge thing.
Okay, well, I have that, and I pull it awkwardly out of my pocket and say, "Here, I am definitely old enough to be here."
Yes. And
Puffs out his chest.
so she double checks that 20 is still legal age for you to be drinking, and then she puts that book back and says, "Okay, right away." And
I flag
Oh,
her
yeah,
down really
yeah,
quick.
yeah.
I'm sorry, my darling. But I do believe that these are they gentlemen or
the hunters.
yeah.
So
Androgynous?
you're sitting by an androgynous-looking elf, and then across the table from you is a lizard folk.
Okay, perfect. I do believe that the kind souls that are sitting with me have not yet had a chance to order. So if you could please give them what you're getting me, that would be excellent. Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Right away. Then she quickly goes and asks if that's what they actually want. And then she goes back.
Rude.
And Eloise leans into Halden and says, "Sometimes the sisters let us have a glass of wine with dinner."
Ooh.
So yeah, she comes back and she gives you your food. So you get 3 pink liqueurs. So this is a. Now I gotta think of what a.
Is this a tequila drink?
It's sourpuss. For all
Is it
we
pink
know.
Oh,
Whitney?
okay. I was going to go more towards the pink Whitney, but
Oh,
a
yes, I would
cocktail.
prefer that. Yes,
A cocktail
Tequila.
using it.
please. Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Tequila.
Gives them their stuff. Gives
you.
Halden his hard beer. It is like
It's an IPA.
It's mostly water.
it's a watered down, dark and stormy.
It's
Eloise
not a Guinness.
asked for a fish pie, I believe.
I did ask for a fish pie.
You
That's
get
what she thought that you ate at pubs.
Yep. Well, you probably looked over and
It can be.
one of these hunters over here
Probably has a fish
has
pie.
one, and so you just went with that, and
Panic.
yeah, you get one. Francois or Frank, you get your steak and taters. You didn't
Excellent.
ask how well done it would be, so she just kind of made it medium and then hoped that was good enough.
At least she didn't burn it.
And then Drillbit, you get basically the same thing that Halden got, which was watered down, dark and stormy, but it is like she also like brings a little container, and it has like olive oil in it. She's like,
I was gonna say,
this is all we
Will
have
this
for
do?
oil.
they take the
Will
grease
suffice.
Okay,
of the food and poured it into a cup for Drillbit.
yeah, and then she
Drillbit
goes.
says, lubrication, and pours the oil over his mustache. Just kidding.
Literally, all Drillbit does is take 2 fingers, dip it into the olive oil, and streak it across the mustache.
Starts
Horrible.
twirling it.
No, just
I
gonna
don't
let
know
it
if it
absorb.
twirls.
It's gonna glisten now.
Awful.
Great.
Lovely. And so yeah, you eat. You are free once you're finished eating. You are free to explore. So you know that we'll do the little ping instead. This area over here is the shop. This is where the job board is up here as well.
Good.
And then this over here is the study. You've got bathrooms here for different genders.
Did you get to design this like on The Sims?
No, I've got
Okay.
it's. I did a Kickstarter way back when for something called Dungeon Alchemist, and it is so it can be a procedurally generated thing. So like I just make a corner and a corner, and it fills it with stuff, or I can make just the walls and then fill it in myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what I did.
Cool.
And then way back here, there is stairs to go down into the basement area, and stairs going up, which goes to the sleeping quarters for people who, don't live in the city and need a place to stay, so that they don't have to keep paying for an inn.
Smart.
Cool.
Um,
Very neat.
can I abandon my liqueur? I've obviously finished it.
Okay, yeah.
And go, and the people behind me seem far more interesting than the androgynous elf and lizard folk.
Okay.
And lean on the table, like kind of pushing my chest together.
Yeah.
Toward Halden.
Towards Halden. Exactly.
Attempting not to drool.
And just kind of be like, well, hey there, how's everyone doing today?
Eloise is also blatantly staring at your chest.
Well, as you should be. Yeah,
Drillbit is also blatantly staring at your chest.
good.
I'm eating
You're
my
a-
steak and taters.
Frank is just still
Frank's
eating.
just shoveling it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm of half a mind to go and find myself a job. Would anyone like to join me?
Eloise shoots her hand in the air.
Frank looks
I
up,
have
mouthful of
talent.
food. Well, boy, howdy, that sounds like a good idea. I'll join you.
Drillbit chimes in. I will accompany.
And you,
Halden,
young sir?
attempting to be casual, just like gets up to like lean near you and be like, there would be nothing better, but then also kind of like falls off the bench.
Good.
Whoop.
Now, do we, like, since we've all been part of the Hunter Society, would we know each other?
You would know
Like, in
of
passing?
each other, but there are probably 50 people in the Hunter Society in Claremont.
But it's not like I'm walking up to a table full of complete randos and being like, hey.
You probably have seen them at like your
Okay.
orientation, because you're all level 1. You're all
Yeah.
just basically new members
Okay.
of
Right.
this society.
I sat with you because I knew you from class.
Yeah. Like how you all sit together on the first day of class and then never sit with anyone else ever again.
Well, I was trying to sit with different people, but they were boring.
Eloise is also trying to push her boobs together, but she doesn't have very much.
Okay.
It's like an A-.
Oh, honey.
All Are you talking about cup size or like the?
Yeah.
Okay.
The grade. No.
Yeah, I would
A
say like the
minus.
grade of how good you're doing it. Maybe a little column A, a little column B.
No, it's a C.
It's just a column A.
For a grade of how well I'm doing.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you'd all like to join me in doing a job, I figured we might as well all work together, seeing as we're all kind of new here. And yeah, I'd love to go peruse the boards.
That sounds great. That sounds like a great idea. Let me escort you.
Oh God. Okay. Anyone else care to join?
Let you escort the both of us, says Eloise, and links her arm through Halden.
Oh, well, that seems much better. Yes.
Drillbit's gonna tap Frank on the back shoulder because he's just been hovering over him this whole time.
As opposed to his front shoulder.
Nope, the back of his shoulder, just his back shoulder.
Well, howdy, Drillbit. How's it hanging?
Engaging
How's
conversation.
that hanging?
Engaging conversation.
Very good. Very good. I'm enjoying my steak and
Downloading.
taters. What are you?
Downloading.
Downloading?
Engage in conversation.
Uh-oh.
Download
I'd
complete.
like to.
Adjusting
Oh, okay,
speech
you're on.
parameters. Buffering.
Oh. Fellas,
Reboot.
I think Drillbit might be he might need some minute here. Hold on.
Does he need new batteries?
Incorporating new speech parameters. Boo-doo-doop. Fuck,
I'm
how's it going
worried.
now?
Oh,
What?
How you now?
How you now?
Yeah, I just
Well,
learned how to
that's
talk
pretty-
better.
Like,
That's
are you
pretty
talking
crazy,
like
Drillbit.
slang?
You starting to sound like me.
Yeah, that's pretty much how she works there. I just figure I talk better to you now.
You
Well, that's
sound like an
lovely.
old-timey prospector. I'm not
I
sure
hate to
that
say
that's
that I
much
thought
better.
that Wade was Southern, and now I think Drillbit is from Newfoundland.
Where are you
I've
two?
fucking been listening to all your talking now, so I just figured I could adapt and learn how to talk properly.
Newfoundland or Northern Ontario? My goodness. I'll
We'll
come
call
to your
me,
house
we'll
and
call
slam
me.
your cupboards.
Still a little bit of adjusting going on in the old vocal parameters there, so we'll just have to go for a little bit here. Give me a bit.
I like it.
Where were the boards? In the shop?
So we were
Frank's
saying we
gonna
were going to
stand
go
up.
look in at the job board there.
Yeah.
I got some work to do. Let's
Frank's
get to
gonna
it.
stand up and bring his plate of steak and potatoes with him as he travels with everyone to look at the board.
All right. Oh, you probably don't. I'll move you. I forgot that you both are probably using the same computer.
Yes.
I have moved you, and as you enter, you see the shopkeep. This shopkeep
Andre
is
Iron Main?
Hater.
Audrey Ironmane. Yep.
Andre,
Okay.
how you now?
So Audrey is a female half orc. She stands roughly 6'4", fairly muscular, has a couple of scars on her shoulders that are open. So she's got like a sleeveless, trying to think of the word. Basically like a sleeveless overshirt that you can very easily tell is like over top of some sort of like leather or maybe even like mithril armor.
Halden will go get her too. He's not picky.
Okay.
Andrea Bespin?
Did
Never
Andrea
mind.
have sleeveless? Oh wait, no, that one. That Andrea.
The other Andrea Bespin.
The real Andrea Vespin.
Would the real Andrea Bespin please stand up?
Audrey is currently standing. There is no seat. Yeah, she sees as you come in. She
nice.
basically is just watching you. You, instead of going towards the shop part, you go to the job board. There's a couple things here. There's a couple different jobs. So there's one that looks like you're trying to investigate in the mountains. So Claremont is in a mountain range, but it is like a solo mountain, and then maybe a mile or so past it, there's the rest of the mountain ranges. So like almost this is like separated from all the other mountains in the mountain range. So in those mountains that are close by, there is some caves that have been discovered, and they think that there might be something going on there. That's one of the marks. There's a mark for someone up in 1 second. I'm going to try to remember the name of it. Up in the free end. Someone up in the free end. So that is on the map. If I were to, I guess, switch to the overview. The free end's up here. You guys are down here. You're what was the building? This building. And the free end is way up here.
Mm.
So the free end, that is where some of the farms are, as you can see way out there. One of the farmers there has noticed that their like cows have gone missing.
Cows or mountains? Probably mountains.
Are there others?
Those are the only two that are on the board right now. When one of the things that you know is that when a mark has been accepted, they usually take that down, so that it's not like more than one person is going out trying to do something that someone else has just finished, so that you're not wasting your time.
Good.
Maybe cows?
Definitely cows then. Cows for sure.
Fucking cows for days.
And as you are doing that, you probably see that there's someone
Approaching.
someone has approached. I have unhidden them. The door like bursts open, and someone who they look like they are like they're a full elf. They look to be in like almost a butler's attire. So they've got like the vest. They have a small tie on. They have white shirt. The shirt has been like rolled up to the sleeves. They have a not quite shorts on, but like their pants that cut off at the knees.
Okay.
Capris?
Sure. And this man basically bursts into the room and starts to walk towards Audrey, and then notices you five. You haven't seen him around here before, and he basically points at you five and says, "Are you hunters?"
Yes.
Why, yes, we are.
Okay, good. And then he like turns towards Audrey and says, "Hi, I am looking for some hunters to come with me right now, if possible." And then kind of like motions with his head to the five of you.
Can I inquire as to what this is about, sir?
It is something having to do with the Baron. So if you could be like as he's saying that, he's closing the doors so that people are going to hear. Yes. So the Baron requests an audience with someone or a group of people from the Hunter Society. Is it possible if I take them with me? And then Audrey kind of looks at him and goes, "Yeah, you can take them. But first," and then they start talking like business of like, okay, who is he? And he says that he's not the head butler, but he's like one of the sub butlers to the to the Baroness, so
Okay.
the Baron's wife, and then talks about how much money there is, and like you're all just like standing here looking and like listening, and so you're getting like how all this is kind of created, and like, okay, yeah, the bounty, or not the bounty, but the mark would be for, and then he says it's for 250 gold.
Ooh, that's all quite a pretty penny.
Fuck. I do
Can
pretty good.
we see if he has any like marks, not mark, any like livery or anything that is denoting who he is? So can we recognize any crests or anything on him?
I'll have you roll probably you can choose between perception and investigation if you would like to roll that. Drillbit is now behind him.
Can he see me behind him? I was sneaky.
I got a 15.
I'll let you roll stealth for that. 15 perception. You do notice that he's got like, I mean, he's a butler, or at least he says he's a butler, so he doesn't have as much livery as like a baron would.
I rolled a 18 for stealth.
He's more engrossed in talking with this person.
Okay.
And with Audrey.
Do I see a wallet?
You see a coin pouch behind him, yes.
Okay. Do I see anything that looks like documents? Anything else besides the coin purse?
No, he seems to only have that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to finish the perception check for Isolde. So yeah,
sorry.
He doesn't have like much for livery, but you do see that he sports the crest of the Baron on his vest.
He doesn't
And,
have any rings or anything.
He has like one ring, but it looks more like a wedding band than like.
Okay.
Rule them all.
Haha.
So yeah, that's basically what you see. You also notice that Drillbit is eyeing at a coin pouch behind this person's back.
Can I go over and nudge Drillbit and say, "Stop it"?
You can. Are you going to do that stealthily?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, roll stealth.
I have a +5 to that, so 9. Ooh.
So as you're walking over, you're much too stunning to not be noticed by this noble, even though they appear to be married. And so they do see you.
Blackthorn, you knocked over my steak and taters.
Listen, Frank,
married,
there are
not
bigger things
buried.
at play.
As you walk towards the noble, you see that Drillbit is like slowly creeping that way, so that as he's looking towards you, he's still behind the
Still
noble.
can't see
I will
Drillbit.
let Drillbit do one thing before you get to him.
I want to roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
Oh my
See
god.
if I can take that coin purse.
All right. Roll sleight of hand.
That is a 16.
It's almost better that he's watching Isolde now.
Yes.
He's like
Does
distracted.
that give me advantage because I've kind of
I'll give you advantage. 16 is good, but I will let you roll it.
You're
I was gonna say,
welcome.
it was an
Get
18
advantage.
if not.
Okay, 18. You carefully. Do you want to take the coin pouch itself, or do you want to like open it up and grab whatever's in it?
I'm gonna take the coin purse itself
Okay.
and then walk out of the room.
All right. So you
Zip
do
on
that.
out of there.
Where? Yeah, you're gonna go off for a second. All right.
Drillbit. He noticed the doors were closed. The dude had closed the door.
Yeah, he had closed the door, but he just notices that Drillbit opens the door and then
And
walks
just
out.
pieces. Okay. Don't
And you
pay
see that
him no mind.
there's a hunter reading a book over here. He's doing like research.
Can I touch the noble on the arm and just be like, "Don't pay him any mind"?
Okay.
We can probably go with you. How much did you say this gig paid again?
It's worth about 250 gold, paid, of course, by the crown.
And can you prove to us you're with the crown?
Uh,
Before we go with you, of course. Can't be walking in dark alleys with strange men now, can we?
sure.
Terrified.
He's like kind of like moved back a little bit more towards the counter here, and like he's not so like not fully pressed up against it, but like he's trying to keep his distance a little bit.
Aw.
And yeah, he goes into in the inside of his vest, and he pulls out it's basically like a writ. So something that is signed
like
by the Baron himself.
Okay.
And he opens it up, and it is basically the request from the Baron for him to go here.
Cool.
And he also passes that over to Audrey so that Audrey can mark it down and then make
Like
a
log
mark.
that we're doing it.
Yep, log it and make a like a mark page thing for you to have.
Well, gang, I'm all in if you guys are.
All right, and we're gonna switch quickly over to Drillbit. What are you doing in the study?
Now that I'm in the study,
Yep.
I'm going. Is the hunter engrossed in his book?
He's doing research. This is you in your orientation, you found out that like usually when a mark happens that might be more supernatural, or if you find clues that could lead to supernatural things, there's a bunch of bookshelves here that have books on different monsters and things like that. And you can do research to find out like, okay, these things are happening. What could that be? And then you can like research and look for clues on what it could be.
Okay, can I do a quick investigation and see how much money I just snatched off this guy?
Yes, you can. So roll. I don't think you need to roll an investigation, but I will get you to roll 1d20 for me.
That is a 13.
Okay. Then roll 1d10.
That's the 1 to 9, right? That's the single digit one?
That's the thing. Yes.
That is a 9.
All right. So you have found 13 gold and 9 silver in this purse.
Sweet. Okay. I'm stashing it.
All
Is
right.
there a book or an opening on the shelf I'm near that I could stash this coin purse?
I mean, you have a bag yourself. You could just put it in.
I'm putting it in my bag.
Oh, 1 second. I'm going to call. Unfortunately, I have to go.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll continue this.
We'll pick up
Later.
later.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Okay. Goodbye,
Okay,
everybody.
bye.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
He has like one ring, but it looks more like a wedding band than like.
Okay.
To rule them all.
Haha.
Yes, it rolls them all. Sorry, there's a lull in conversation.